Hello everybody and welcome to a Let's Discover Fugl. So what is Fugl? I'm not sure if I'm quite saying that correctly anyway, but basically it is a relaxing, sometimes a little bit less relaxing, but stimulating bird simulation pixel game. Yeah, it's interesting, guys, but I gotta tell you, I played this for maybe 45 minutes and I couldn't speak while I was playing, so I had to do all the commentary in post because this is breathtaking. It's actually memorizing to be experiencing this world a little bit. Now this is a very early access game, and the link to it in Steam will be in the description here. But I gotta tell you, it was entertaining and it was really kind of breathtaking. You see there, I just went through like a tunnel that is in this procedurally generated world as I'm flying as an eagle through the sky, and nope, I just morphed. Yes, I got too close to a flamingo, and so now I've morphed from a eagle into a flamingo. I think that's a downgrade. In addition, can flamingos even fly? I'm not entirely convinced, but there's lots of animals in this game actually that are not your typical flying animals, and we'll get to some of those later. But I did want you to just kind of get a feel for gliding around these canyons, feet above the ground, and there's a real feeling of momentum and of movement and occasionally danger as you kind of experience this world. And here you see that I go into a tunnel that I think probably has an out. I was gonna be all epic, but I didn't. I ran into the wall and had to restart, but that's okay. Here I'm showing you what it is that you can actually choose. Your avatar, which is your starting one, can be all these different things. I decided to go and try a frog, a blue frog out. Now you do have to hit the start button twice, which is fine. And now I am a flying blue frog. But you know, it's incredibly entertaining. Although I do just kind of smack into the ground a little bit there. I get a nice little look at the frog from this angle. But it is really entertaining to see all the different kind of animals you can actually fly as, and interestingly enough, a lot of them do have different feeling velocities and mobility, as well as the actual aesthetic difference. It makes it quite entertaining. I go into the same cave that my flamingo wasn't able to make it through, and decide to go ahead here and try myself a hawk. At this point, I was like, you know what? I wonder how fast I can get. I'm sure hawks are pretty speedy birds. Let's see how fast I can push these limits. And I'm using the mouse right now to control my pitch and everything. And you can use the mouse or the WASD. I believe this is also controller enabled. Look at those turns, guys. Look at this just absolute, to be honest, thrilling little trip through the canyons. And I go ahead and smack myself into a wall and have to restart, but that's okay. You miss some, and you try again. Here, I'm actually playing as a flying horse because, you know, why not? If a horse were to be a bird, I decided to go ahead and crash into the ground so we can get a better look at the model without all the motion. And as I try to take off, I end up not quite making it. But you can kind of feel that this horse bird has way more weight than the hawk did, and way more weight than the blue frog did as well. And that's one of the things I found so entertaining about this game, is the fact that in addition to all the different avatars you can pick and go ahead and fly around with, there's just a different feel and a different weight to all of them. Here I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and go for a hummingbird because I feel like a hummingbird can be quite the little darty little bird. It wasn't quite as fast as I was hoping it to be, but it certainly made up for that with mobility. And so I decided, you know what, let's just take this guy for a little bit of a spin here and see what the hummingbird is capable of. The beating of the wings not as quite as fast as a hummingbird might be in real life, but definitely quicker than the horse bird. And I yet again find myself in the same old trick. And I have to go ahead and hit that restart button. Here I decided to test out a flying scorpion, because what's more scary than a flying scorpion? Probably not much. It's definitely up there. I just wanted to see what a flying scorpion would look like coming at you, and how terrifying that would be. It's pretty mobile, and you see I almost clipped my wings on the edge of the ground there, but I end up being okay and able to continue to fly it. As devastating as it might look. Again, I'm going to remind you guys that this is an early access game. You'll notice that the chug is starting to hit me. This particular biome had a lot of chug, and I'm flying by some of these well, they look like jellyfish, and I end up picking up the model for what I believe is a phoenix. And so I'm flying this Phoenix around now, and you can immediately tell the difference in the speed and kind of the momentum of the Phoenix. I get a different colored one here, and continue right on my journey as if nothing else has changed, back to the original Phoenix color. It was a lot of fun, guys, darting between, you know, what is a basically bare bone environment, but a stunningly beautiful environment nonetheless. So I decided to see what else maybe we can find in here, and of course they have a snake. So when I said what's more frightening than perhaps a you know, a scorpion, a flying scorpion, perhaps a flying cobra might do it for you. A little bit less wiggly and dragon-like than I was hoping. I was hoping for it to remind me more of a dragon. I'm only in the snake form for a short period of time before I end up getting a little bit too close to a phoenix again and crash into the wall. But I definitely was enjoying the snake nonetheless. We're checking out what else they have. They had a squid that I just walked by, a vulture, a walrus, which, you know, you gotta go ahead and see what the heck a walrus would look like. I was expecting something a little bit different than this. This doesn't seem like much of a walrus to me. It looks like a three-headed Doug Trio kind of a model, but I'm trying to swerve a little bit to get a nice look at its face. Doesn't look like the walrus that I was expecting, but a pretty bird nonetheless. And we decided to see what else is left for us to explore here. A Yeti? Well, okay. Let's see what a Yeti would look like. Flying Yeti. I was hoping for something a little bit more bulbous and slow and fat and cumbersome with maybe a larger wingspan, but this'll do. This'll do. It's a nice pretty color actually for a bird, and I find myself enjoying the peaceful serenity. And again, you'll start to hear a little bit in the background and a little bit of that chug as the wind can't quite keep up with the model. We go ahead and go to a butterfly. To end out this video, I decided the butterfly was one of my favorite insects as a kid. And I decided to see if I can see what it's capable of in this game. Quite versatile, quite mobile, but more importantly, absolutely stunningly beautiful. And so as I kind of wind up this little quick first impression video showcasing the model of the butterfly, I want you guys to just kind of listen a little bit to the music, listen a little bit to the sounds of flying, and let me know, how does it make you feel? If you enjoyed this video, hit a like, comment, and subscribe.